What songs are bassists playing incorrectly? This is a question that bass students often ask me. A few come to mind, but the one I think of immediately is Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. Bassists are always close, and most versions are fine, but it's not exactly what bassist Krist Novoselic actually did. I'm going to break down the bass line to this song, what bassists tend to do versus what Krist actually does. My breakdowns go deep, so if this is your first time, get ready. Let's go. What's up? I'm Andrew Freed from Bass Freedom. Smells Like Teen Spirit was released in 1991 and has been a favorite song for bassists, guitarists, drummers to learn for over 30 years. It's among the greatest 90s songs and possibly one of the best rock songs of all time. And we're all playing the bass line wrong. Well, mostly. Let's start with the intro. So, the guitar part and the bass part are not doing the same thing. It's normal for anyone's ear to sync with what the guitar does, but that's not actually what's happening. Kurt is adding these scratches that many bassists want to replicate. Here's the guitar rhythm and what it would sound like on bass. The only part that is completely in sync between the bass and guitar is the first few beats. The da da da, 1 and a 2. So this is what the bass is actually doing. The best way to perceive this right now is to think as a rest on beat 3. Then he plays these 16th notes that follow. The guitar is scratching over that and the bass rhythm works off that. Another thing that's different about these parts is look at the end of the measures. The bass part plays these 16th notes and then ends on 1 quarter note, but the guitar part is still chucking along. Krist is adding these excellent slides which spicing up the riff. Let's check it out isolated. Hear those slides? Really cool, right? If you listen to that isolated bass line compared to what everyone else is doing, they do not match. So I said a rest on beat 3. But if you listen closely, sometimes because Krist is using a pick, you're going to hear a dead note, which means a percussive note that has no pitch on beat 3. So now if I adjust the transcription to accommodate this dead note, it would look like this and it would sound like this. With the slides, the dead note, the subtle different rhythm from Kurt, it makes it a really awesome bass line that a lot of people aren't doing. I've seen this bass line played in a lot of different ways. Before we move on to the music theory and the verse, if you're digging this breakdown, please give it a like. And if you've learned anything, consider subscribing. That's a free way to help me out and encourage me to keep doing this. I really appreciate you. Let's talk about the music theory behind this song. It's in F minor. It has that F natural minor sound, and it has one of the better melodies I've ever heard. It's hauntingly beautiful. Since Kurt is only playing power chords, chords that consist of the root and fifth, it would be written out like this. And speaking of the melody, let's listen to that verse. The vibe is real chill now. Same thing during the end of the verse or pre-chorus there, but let's look at the bass line. This is another place where you'll see bass players playing it differently from what Krist is doing. The chord progression is exactly the same. The intro, the chorus, this is the same. We've brought it down. There's a rhythmic and dynamic shift, and there's an eighth note heavy, repetitive bass line. Let's start this section off with showing you what he actually did. I forgot to mention that with this chord progression, F to B flat and A flat to D flat, there is a mirroring pattern here. You're playing the first frets and then the fourth frets. So it's simple when you think about it like that, but where people get lost is the little things that happen between it. I don't often hear people play this approach note, meaning that note that connects the B flat and A flat chords. This note A is in there, but I often hear it like this. Let's listen to it isolated. You can definitely hear it. Could you hear that note? Check out the live performance. We can actually see Krist play it the way it is meant to be played. I like the open A he uses as that approach note because it allows you to shift to the fourth frets with ease. And again, those slides are awesome. Hey, if you're a bass player looking for a structured level by level learning path, then you need to check out Bass Freedom. More information below. These wrong ways still work. It's not like you're completely butchering the song. We're being very specific here, putting the song under the microscope. So if you're playing it this way or you've played it this way for years, it's not like you're, oh my God, you're the worst bass player. No, it's just, we're being very, very nerdy and specific here. This is such a popular song, and I find it fascinating that this is what Krist actually does. Here's some other ways I've heard it be played. It should be noted that Krist plays the bass in a very unorthodox way. It is so low slung that his technique is not how you would be taught how to hold the bass in your first bass lesson, but this is rock and roll, and his technique contributes to how his bass lines are crafted. This song pretty much switches between these two parts. At the end of the verses or the pre-chorus, it just picks up the dynamics. It's the same bass line. There is another part after the chorus, which goes like this. I'm curious though, were you playing it wrong? Were you close? Were you spot on? Were you even aware of these subtleties? I love nerding out on this stuff. Krist is an underrated bassist. If I had a wish to see a band that wasn't possible to see nowadays, it would definitely be Nirvana. Thank you so much for checking out this breakdown. I love nerding out on songs and breaking them down part by part. Nirvana has always been close to my heart. Let me know what you want to see next. Subscribe if you don't already, and I'll see you next time. Peace!